आज ही डाउटनेट ऐप डाउनलोड करें। डाउटनेट पर होगा अब आपके सभी मैथ्स, केमिस्ट्री, फिजिक्स और बायोलॉजी डाउट्स का सफाया। बस अपने क्वेश्चन की फोटो खींचो, उसे क्रॉप करो और तुरंत वीडियो सोल्यूशन पाओ। डाउनलोड नाउ।
Here the question is given that negation of P or Q or negation of P and Q is logically equivalent to. Here this is the question given that we need to find out the solution for this question here. Here we for this question we have two types of method. First method, that is truth table method, and another method. Here the question we can solve directly here. First method, here we can see that applying the truth tables. So that here we can see that P, Q, negation of P and negation of Q, and here we can see that negation of into P or Q and negation of P and Q, and the final result here. Okay, so that here we get that true, true, false, true, true, false, false, false here. Okay, so that here we can see that negation of P, that is false here. Here negation of P, that is true here. Here negation of true, here we get false here. Here negation of P, that is here we get that true here. Here we can see that negation of Q, that is false here. Negation of true, here we get false here. Negation of P, that here we get that true. Here negation of F, that is true here. So that here we can see that P or Q, so that here applying OR condition, here we get that truth, here we also get true, but there is a negation, so that here negation of true we get false here. Okay, here we can see that false or true, that here we get true, but there is a negation, so that here we get that false. True, false, applying OR condition we get true here, but there is a negation, so that here also we get that false here. False, false, here also we get that applying OR condition we get that false, so that but there is a negation, so that here we get true here. Here we can see that negation of P and Q, so that here we get that negation of P and negation of false and true, so that here we get that false. Negation of true and true, here we get that true. Negation of false and false, here we get that false. Here negation of P, that means true and false, here we get that false. Here finally applying the result, so that here we get that negation of here this value and this value, by applying OR condition here we get that true here. Here we can see that this value is false, this value is also false. By applying OR condition for both of these, here we get that false here. Here we can see that by calculating this condition we get false here, and here we can see by this value here we get true here. For both values, when we are applying R value, so that R condition we get that true here. Here also we get that false. Applying OR condition we get false here. By applying OR condition for that, here we get that true here. Okay, so that the final result here we can see that false, true, false, true here. Here let's see here negation of P values are false, true, false, true here. Okay, so that here we can say that the answer is negation P. So that for the condition negation of P or Q or negation of P and Q, final answer as negation P here. Okay, here negation of P or negation of P or Q or negation of P and Q, so that the final answer we got, that is negation against p. So here we can see the second method, that is direct method. So that here we can see negation of p or q, or negation p and q here. So that here we can see that applying negation here we get that negation p, r value changes into and negation q, or negation p and q here. Okay, so that the next step here we can see p has taken as common here. P has taken as common here, so that here we get that p and negation of p and q here. Okay, by applying truth table here, we can say one thing, that negation of p and negation of q or negation of q. Here we get the, by applying truth table here and here, we got the same answers. So that by replacing this value we can write here this value here. Okay, here we can say that negation of q or q is equals to true here. Okay, when you are taken as false here, true means here we get that true here. Okay, so that here the next step, that is negation of p and true here. So that the final answer, that is here we get that negation of p. So that here we can see that after solving direct method, here we get that negation of p. After solving truth table method, here we get that negation p as the final answer. So for this statement, the final answer as negation p. Okay, here we can see negation p is the final answer. That's it. Thank you.
क्लास 6 से 12 से लेके नीट IIT जेई मेंस और एडवांस के लेवल तक 10 मिलियन से ज़्यादा स्टूडेंट्स का भरोसा। आज ही डाउनलोड करें डाउटनट ऐप या व्हाट्सएप कीजिए अपने डाउट्स 8400 400 400 पर।